It was a week before Halloween, and Silvermist Vale shimmered beneath the glow of a harvest moon so bright it seemed to spill silver light across every rooftop. Lanterns, carved like mischievous pumpkins, bobbed in the streets. Floating bats zipped between chimneys, and the air smelled like caramel apples, roasted pumpkin seeds, and a trace of cinnamon magic that made Steve's stomach rumble. The villagers laughed and darted from house to house, but Steve noticed something that made him stop in his tracks. The moon, normally a perfect silver orb, flickered as though it were shivering, and thin cracks of shadow spread across its surface. Stars twinkled nervously above, and a soft clattering drifted on the wind through twilight past, sounding almost like bones rattling in tune with some secret rhythm. Steve's eyes widened when he saw them. Skeletons, tiny and tall alike, floating across rooftops and leaping from street lanterns. Their bony hands clutched glowing sacks, from which they were stealing the moonlight itself. Each time a skeleton twirled, a fragment of silver shimmer vanished from the sky, and the moon dimmed further. Steve's breath caught. Skeletons? In the sky? He whispered. From the shadows of Wispwind Lane, a wobbly, pumpkin-headed creature hopped into view. Its eyes glowed like polished amethysts, and a cloak of stitched starlight rustled as it moved. "I'm Pip," it squeaked. "If you want the moon back, you'll have to follow them through the night maze. It's full of tricks, riddles, and magical tests, but together we can save Silvermist Vale." Steve swallowed, excitement and nerves swirling in his chest. "The night maze?" Pip nodded, bouncing on tiny pumpkin feet. "And it's not just a maze. It changes while you move, and some paths are illusions meant to trap the unwary. Step carefully, think quickly, and always trust the magic." They first reached Silver Thread Bridge, which stretched across a river of liquid silver that glimmered like quicksilver. The planks were made of glowing cobblestones suspended by silver vines, and many stones would vanish if stepped on wrong. Skeletons twirled above, tossing moon fragments into the air and cackling. Steve stepped carefully, counting each stone. One flickered beneath his foot, threatening to drop him into the luminous river. Pip tossed him a tiny starlight charm, which hovered beneath Steve's boots, letting him hop to safety. Halfway across, a gust of wind tried to push him into the river, but a pair of candy-winged bats swooped under his arm, nudging him forward with gentle flaps. Steve finally reached the other side, panting but triumphant. Beyond the bridge lay the Whispering Pumpkin Fields, a sprawling patch of enormous jack-o'-lanterns whose grins glowed with eerie light. Each pumpkin whispered riddles and sometimes even shouted little challenges to travelers. Steve read one aloud. "I fly without wings. I cry without eyes. What am I?" He furrowed his brow, thinking fast. "A cloud!" The pumpkin blinked, then split open to reveal a sparkling path. Some pumpkins weren't helpful at all. They launched sticky seeds or wobbled suddenly, forcing Steve to hop, duck, and tumble across the patch. Skeletons twirled overhead, dangling by moonlit vines, giggling as Steve narrowly avoided a pumpkin that tried to tickle him with its stem. A sudden gust of wind blew a cloud of glittering pumpkin dust into Steve's face. He sneezed, and the sneeze triggered a small trap. The ground beneath him became a bouncing marshmallow platform. He leapt from one soft mound to another, laughing as he zigzagged around laughing skeletons and glowing ghostly owls that swooped in circles overhead. Pip guided him, pointing out hidden riddles carved into stones and pointing to enchanted candy corn arrows that marked safe paths. When Steve reached the edge of the pumpkin patch, he encountered the Mirror Marsh, a wide expanse of silver water that reflected not only his own image, but also illusions of skeletons trying to trick him. Some reflected skeletons reached out of the surface, pretending to snatch his moon fragments, while others whispered riddles in haunting echoes. Steve had to trust his instincts, tiptoeing across floating lily pads made of candy gumdrops. Each time he hesitated, a playful bat swooped down to nudge him forward. Finally, he emerged at Moonspire Plaza, where the skeletons had gathered in a swirling parade, tossing moonlight fragments high into the air. The fragments sparkled like tiny stars, spinning in dizzying patterns. Pip shouted, "Catch them all before the moon fades!" Steve dove, leapt, and snatched fragments as skeletons tried to trick him by swapping pieces with glowing sugar stars that floated upwards. Each fragment he secured sent a ripple of silver light through the village below, restoring brightness to streets, rooftops, and lanterns. But the skeletons had one final trick. A huge, towering skeleton with a grin wider than a bridge threw a moon fragment so high it seemed to touch the stars. Steve had to climb a towering candy cane spire, twisting and stretching like a ladder made of peppermint and moonlight. Skeletons danced along its curves, swinging moon fragments like juggling pins. Steve balanced, ducked, and finally reached the top, securing the last piece in his backpack. Carefully, he climbed down and released the fragments into the sky. They rose, joining the silver moon in perfect brilliance. Stars twinkled in celebration, and the skeletons froze mid-dance before dissolving into sparkling glitter dust that floated harmlessly to the ground. Silvermist Vale glowed brighter than ever, and villagers cheered as the moon shone full and radiance once more. Steve and Pip shared a triumphant high-five. "We did it!" Steve laughed, brushing dust and sticky seeds from his costume. Pip smiled, eyes twinkling. Bravery, cleverness, and a little bit of magic, exactly what's needed on an almost Halloween night. As Steve skipped home along Wispwind Lane, the streets shimmered with magic. Fireflies traced pumpkin shapes in the air, bats twinkled with candy-colored wings, and the moonlight danced over rooftops like playful spirits. That night, Steve tucked his starlight charm and a tiny moon fragment under his pillow, dreaming of skeletons, ghosts, and magical creatures waiting for the next Halloween adventure. Silvermist Vale would never forget the night the moonlight was saved, and Steve knew he'd always be ready for the next magical challenge.